Good day everyone, we are the group 2 and our topic is Asian Regionalism. This is for educational use only. Our group is allowing our instructor, Mr. Roldan Ardinis, to use this as an educational material.
Asian Regionalism. Introduction. Asian regionalism is a growing trend in Asia that involves the integration of economic, political, and social factors among countries. This movement has become increasingly popular in recent years due to interconnectivity of nations and the need for greater collaboration to tackle common challenges such as economic development, security, and environmental sustainability. It is important to distinguish between regionalization and globalization, which are two processes that are interconnected but distinct from one another. Globalization refers to the growth of interconnectedness among economies, societies, and cultures worldwide, leading to greater integration and interdependence. In contrast, regionalization involves building closer ties among countries within a specific geographic region. While both processes involve greater connectivity and independence, regionalization emphasizes the development of connections and cooperation within a specific region, while globalization takes into account broader connectivity across the world. Factors leading to greater integration of the Asian region. One of the main factors leading to the greater integration of Asian region is globalization, which has created a more interconnected world with increased economic and cultural exchange. This has led to the growth of trade and investment between Asian countries, as well as increased migration and spread of technology. Another important factor is the rise of regional organizations like ASEAN, which seeks to promote economic and political cooperation among its member states. The ASEAN has been instrumental in creating free trade agreements and promoting investment within the region, leading to increased economic integration. Confronting the challenges of globalization and regionalization. Different Asian states have confronted the challenges of globalization and regionalization in different ways. For example, some states like China and Singapore have embraced globalization and pursued policies that have made them more competitive in global economy. Other states like Japan and South Korea have focused on developing high-tech industries to maintain their competitiveness. At the same time, many Asian states have faced challenges navigating the complex web of trade agreements and regional organizations that have emerged in region. They have had to balance their own interests with those of the other states, making difficult decisions about issues like intellectual property rights and environmental standards.
What is Asian regionalism? Asian regionalism refers to the process of fostering cooperation and integration among countries in Asia. It involves the creation and strengthening of regional institutions, agreements, and organizations that facilitate trade, investment, and people-to-people exchange. Why there is an Asian regionalism? There are several reasons why Asian regionalism has become more prominent in recent years. First, globalization and the rise of emerging economies such as China and India have led to greater economic independence among countries in the region. Second, there is a growing recognition that regional cooperation can help address common challenges such as climate change, economic inequality, and terrorism. Finally, Asian regionalism also affects a desire among many countries in the region to assert their collective voice and influence in international affairs.
What is an example of regionalism? So, an example of regionalism in Asia is the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, which was established in 1967 and now includes 10 member states. ASEAN aims to promote regional cooperation and integration in areas such as trade, finance, and security. Through its various agreements, ASEAN has helped to create a more stable and prosperous region, while also promoting a greater awareness and understanding among its member states.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of regionalism? Advantages of regionalism. Regionalism can promote the development of a specific region by focusing on the needs and strengths of that area. And it can create a sense of community and identity among people who share a common geographic location, language, or culture. Regionalism can foster cooperation and collaboration among neighboring communities, which can lead to mutually beneficial projects such as infrastructure improvements or economic development initiatives. And another one is the disadvantages of regionalism. Regionalism can create competition and conflict between different regions, particularly if there are significant disparities in wealth, resources, or political power. Another one is the disadvantages is it can lead to parochialism and insularity as people focus more on their own region and become less interested in other parts of the country or the world. Regionalism can also perpetuate stereotypes and reinforce prejudices about people from different regions, which can contribute to social and political divisions.
So, what are the factors of regionalism? Regionalism is a complex phenomenon that is influenced by various factors. Some of the significant factors that fuel regionalism are culture. Regionalism is often rooted in the unique culture of a particular region. Difference in language, religion, customs, and tradition can create a sense of identity and pride that fuels regionalism. Number two is political aspiration. Regions that feel underrepresented in the national government or have a history of political oppression may seek greater autonomy, leading to regionalism. Number three is natural resources. Regions that have access to a vast amount of natural resources that are in high demand may seek greater control and generate more wealth than through regionalism. The fifth is historical ties. A shared history, including a common language, tradition, and legends, can solidify the feelings of regionalism. Number six is economic disparity. Regions experience economic deprivation may seek greater control over their resources to boost their economic prospects. So what is the new regionalism? So the new regionalism is a term used to describe the rise of subnational political and economic entities. It refers to the growing importance of regions in a globalized world as they push for more significant roles in governments and trade. The new regionalism differs from the old regionalism in the sense that it is more outward-looking and aims to compete globally. So it is a manifestation of a shift in power from national government to local ones, and has embedded region to hold more often on economic and social development. The new regionalism emphasizes cooperation between neighboring regions to take advantage of shared resources and markets, and it is driven by the belief that regional integration is essential for competitive and sustainable in a globalized world.
So, how does regionalization affect globalization? Regionalization can both positively and negatively impact globalization. On one hand, regionalization can lead to creation of stronger regional blocs that can better compete in the global market. This can result in increased economic growth and trade between regional members and ultimately contribute the expansion of globalization. However, regionalization can also lead to the fragmentation of global trade and investment. limiting the integration of certain regions or countries into global market. This can create barriers to free trade and limit the potential benefits of globalization. The impact of on globalization depends largely on how regional integration is pursued and the extent to which it complements or undermines global integration efforts.
What is regionalism in the Philippines? Regionalism in the Philippines refers to the strong sense of identification and loyalty that people have towards their own region or province. This is manifested in various ways, such as though the dialectal differences, cultural practices, and even political dynamics. It can also be seen in the way people express pride for the region or criticize other regions. Despite of divisive potential, regionalism in the Philippines is also source of diversity and richness in the country's culture and heritage.
What is the difference of regionalism and globalization? Regionalism and globalization are two contrasting concepts that have a significant impact of the economy and social structure of countries. Regionalism refers to the cooperation of integration among countries within a region, primarily for economics and political benefits. On the other hand, globalization refers the integration of the economies, societies, and culture across the world, driven by advancement in technology, communication, and trade. The main difference between the two concepts is their scope. Regionalism is limited to a particular region, such as European, European Union or ASEAN, and aims to strengthen ties between neighboring countries for mutual economic benefits. Globalization, on the other hand, has a such wider scope and encompasses countries of, a, of all over the world. It seeks in integrate various economies and cultures to create more interconnected world. Furthermore, the driven factor behind regionalism and globalization are almost different. Regionalism is mainly driven by the needs to promote regional stability, resolve conflicts, and manage shared resources. Globalization, on the other hand, is driven by the desire of increased economic growth and development through the expansion of trade and investment across the borders. Uh, so, regionalism and globalization are two contrasting concepts that describes different approaches to the organization, integration of economics, politics, and cultures on a global scale. So, here are the key difference between regionalism and globalization. Number one, scope and scale. Regionalism focuses the specific geographical region of area, often defined by proximity and shared interest. It involves the cooperation and integration of countries within a particular region, such as EU in Europe means European Union, ASEAN in Southeast Asia, or NAFTA in North America. Globalization is a broader and more encom- encompassing concept that transcend geographical boundaries. It refers to the interconnectedness and interdependence in economics, societies, and culture on a global scale, encom- encompassing the entire world. Number two, objectives. Regionalism aims to promote cooperation, integration, and the pursuit of common goals among countries within specific regions. This, These objectives often include economic integration, political cooperation, and security alliance. Globalization seeks to facilitate the flow of goods, service, capital, information, and people across borders without the constraints of regional or national boundaries. It promotes a it promotes a more interconnected and interdependent world. Number three, governance and institutions. Regionalism is typically characterized by the establishment of regional organization and institutions such as European Commission in the EU or the African Union in Africa, which help manage regional affairs and Cooperation. Globalization does not rely on specific institution or organization to govern its process. Instead, it is driven by market forces, technological advancement, and the actions of multinational corporations and global institutions like the United Nations and World Trade Organization. Number four, econom, economic focus. Regionalism often has primary focus on economic integration within specific region. This can include the creation of regional trade agreements, custom union, and common currency zone. Globalization encompasses a wide range of economic activities including trades, investment, finance, and movement of labor on the global scale. It is not limited to any specific region or group of countries. Number five, cultural and social aspect. Regionalism may involve efforts to preserve and promote regional cultural identities and tradition within the member countries of a specific region. Globalization can lead to the spread of cultures, ideas, and values across borders, potentially leading to cultural homogenization and hybridization. In summarize, regionalism and globalization present contrasting approaches to international relations and economic integration. Regionalism emphasizes cooperation, integration within a specific region, while globalization focus on the interconnectedness and interdependence of the entire world, transcending regional boundaries. Both concepts their advantage and challenges and can coexist to varying degrees in today's globalized world.